Okay, now, why do you think that people should do yoga, especially at a time like this, during the pandemic?
Oh, especially at a time like this. Yoga has a lot of benefits. It reduces stress, high blood pressure, helps with anxiety and depression, which is a lot of what has been enhanced during this time of the pandemic. So, again, it has a lot of benefits. Yoga was named one of the best exercises or activities to do that will decrease injury in Time magazine next to walking. So walking was the first and yoga was the second. Um, I've read stories and done research where yoga have corrected scoliosis.
Hmm.
An elderly lady started doing it, and for 2 years she did it, and it corrected her scoliosis. Me personally, I was having low back pain when I was out of practice for a short time, and I went to a physical medicine rehabilitation provider, and he
Wow.
started doing these poses, and he's like, you can do this and it helps. I'm like, well, that's yoga. He was like, well, yeah. And I'm like, see, I've just been out of practice, and that probably is why my back started hurting. So,
Right. Wow.
so I
Okay.
had to get back to it.
Hmm.
Again, is a spiritual practice. Yoga is one of those things where the more you move, um, the deeper you go, the more you feel, and the more you feel is the more you heal. um, it is a very mental, philosophical practice. I think yoga is probably, a lot of people say, well, I'm not flexible. If you're flexible in the mind, you'd be surprised what your body will do. So I think that that's one of the things that people need to practice. It'll definitely get you into more of a spiritual practice if you are that. And then the understanding of it's not a religion. Yoga is not a religion. In order to be religious, you have to be spiritual. So it's definitely opening spiritually, is opening mentally, and is very opening physically. Over time, it helps with a lot of things with the organs, the bones, the muscles. It generates the fluid you need in your joints to help your joints move. Um, it is an amazing practice, and
Right.
everybody should
Right.
do it.
It sounds amazing. That's something I'm gonna have to add to my artillery because, like you said, it helps people mentally, and I think pretty much most of the world has struggled mentally throughout this last year in some shape, form, or fashion. So I think yoga would definitely be worth trying.
Oh,
For people.
most definitely.